Hi, good afternoon. Sorry for being late.
Hi, Gabby. Don't worry. Don't worry, Gabby.
Thank you.
Okay, Gabby. So I was trying to put here. Give me 1 minute, please. I'm reading it because today we're gonna do the listening. Okay.
Okay.
A second. Okay, Gabby. So I sent you to the WhatsApp the PDF and the listenings. Okay.
Mhm.
So if it's okay for you first, could you share the PDF because in order you could take the place in that, please.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I will. If we could go down, please. Okay. In this part, no, this page, yes, we're gonna do this first skill, okay? In this instruction, for example, says that we have to, we're gonna, if it's necessary for you, first we're gonna listen 2 times, okay? The listening. So the first one you could listen only by listening, and the second one, if you didn't understand very well, you could read this transcript, okay? Because after this we have the exercises in order to do it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go to the listening. Give me a second. I will share you with the listening, okay?
Listen to a conversation between.
Okay. Dice si se puede escuchar, Gaby, ¿ok?
Okay.
Listen to a conversation between a.
¿Se escucha bien?
No empezó. Y es de...
A ver, ¿puedes dejar de compartir tú, Gaby? A ver, creo que compartiendo no.
Ok, I'm going to... Esto, ok.
Ok, ahora sí me dices, a ver.
Listen to a conversation between.
¿Se escucha?
Yes.
Ok.
Between a student and a librarian.
Hi, I'm new here. I couldn't come to the student orientation, and I'm wondering if you can give me a few quick pointers about the library. I'd really appreciate it.
Sure, I'd be glad to. What's your major area of study?
Latin American literature.
Okay. Well, over here's the section where we have language, literature, and the arts. And if you go downstairs, you'll find the history section. Generally, the students who concentrate in Latin American literature find themselves researching in the history section a lot.
You're right. I'm a transfer student. I've already done a year at another university, so I know how the research can go. I spent a lot of time in the history section. So, how long can I borrow books for?
Our loan period is a month. Oh, I should also mention that we have an interlibrary loan service. If you need to get hold of a book that's not in our library, there's a truck that runs between our library and a few other public and university libraries in this area. It comes around 3 times a week.
Hey, that's great. At my last school, it could take a really long time to get the materials I needed. So when I had a project, I had to make a plan way in advance. This sounds much faster. Another thing I was wondering is there a place where I can bring my computer and hook it up?
Sure. There's a whole area here on the main floor where you can bring a laptop and plug it in for power. But on top of that, we also have a connection for the internet at every seat.
Nice. So I can do all the research I need to do right here in the library. I'll have all the resources, all the books and information I need right here in one place.
Yep, that's the idea. I'm sure you'll need photocopiers too. They're down the hallway to your left. We have a system where you have to use a copy card, so you'll need to buy a card from the front desk. You insert it into the machine and you're ready to make copies.
How much do you guys charge?
7 cents a copy.
Oh, that's not too bad. Thanks. Where's the collection of rare books?
Rare books are up on the 2nd floor. They're in a separate room where the temperature's controlled, to preserve the old paper in them. You need to get special permission to access them, and then you have to wear gloves to handle them, because the oils in our hands, you know, can destroy the paper, and gloves prevent that, so we have a basket of gloves in the room.
Okay, thanks. I suppose that's all I need to know. You've been very helpful. Thanks.
Anytime. Bye.
Bye.
Listen to a
Okay, so how was it?
Easy.
Okay, perfect. So is it necessary to listen one more time with the transcript? As if
No.
It's not?
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay, perfect. So now you are gonna share me, okay?
Okay. Okay, this is the okay. The first question,
Yes.
to learn about the library's resources.
Okay, why?
Because he couldn't attend to the new student orientation, but he was asking for information about library, about of course about library, about books, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, yes, it is okay. Let's go to the second one.
Okay. Is B. She assumes that he will need to do research there because he has that major in Latin American literature. And she says that the students of that major always do research in that area.
Okay, why do you think that is the correct one?
B. She assumes that he will need to do research there
Okay, and why?
because she asked him what is his major, and he says that Latin American history. No, Latin American literature, and she says that the students of that major usually do research in that section, the history section.
Perfect, very good, excellent. Excellent, so let's go to the next one.
Okay, this in this question, the correct answer is C, because he says that when he need to use this service, it has so many, it takes so many time, so it was inconvenient.
Yes, perfect, very good, excellent. What about number 4?
Okay. In 4 is B and C. B, because of course the rare books are are special, and he need to obtain permission. And C, because the librarian says that the paper, the pages of the books are special too, and the oil of our fingers can how can I say this word? Can destroy the pages, so you need to put on gloves.
Yeah,
So the answers are B and C.
B and C, perfect, very good, excellent. Now,
Okay, the answer is D, because the library provides all of those services so the students can use it. And yes, that is their intention.
okay, okay. Okay. Okay, perfect. Very good. Now we have in this part, as you can see, we have these answers, okay? So I sent you this PDF, Gabby, in order you could practice the listenings and after you could see the answers, okay? So if you said the correct ones, you could correct yourself and try to see if you were correct or if you weren't in order to see where you were having some mistakes, okay? So this is
Okay.
the thing here. Now, we're gonna do the same with the second listening, okay? We have the second practice too. And
Okay.
we had, yes, the first one. Let's go down and yes, we have this well-made play, okay? Listen to the part of the lecture in a class, this, okay? So give me a second. I will put, I think it is,
Listen to part of a
okay. Yeah. Sure. I will share it to Gabby. So don't share it right now. Okay. Okay.
lecture in a class on theater history. The professor is discussing the theater of 19th century France.
The 19th century was the time that saw what we call realism develop in the European theater. To understand this, though, we first need to look at an earlier form of drama known as the well-made play, which basically was a pattern for constructing plays. Plays that, beginning with some early 19th century comedies in France, proved very successful commercially. The dramatic devices used here weren't actually anything new. They'd been around for centuries. But the formula for a well-made play required that certain of these elements be included in a particular order, and most importantly, that everything in the play be logically connected. In fact, some of these playwrights would start by writing the end of a play and work backward toward the beginning, just to make sure each event led logically from what had gone before. Okay, so what are the necessary elements of a well-made play? Well, the first is logical exposition. Exposition is whatever background information you have to reveal to the audience so they'll understand what's going on. Before this time, exposition might have come from actors simply giving speeches. Someone might walk out on a stage and say, "In fair Verona, where we lay our scene," and then tell all about the feuding families of Romeo and Juliet. But for the well-made play, even the exposition had to be logical, believable. So, for example, you might have two servants gossiping as they're cleaning the house, and one says, "Oh, what a shame the master's son is still not married." And the other might mention a rumor about a mysterious gentleman who's just moved into town with his beautiful daughter. These comments are part of the play's logical exposition. The next key element of a well-made play is referred to as the inciting incident. After we have the background information, we need a key moment that gets things moving, that really makes the audience interested in what happens to the characters we just heard about. So, for example, after the two servants reveal all this background information, we meet the young man, just as he first lays eyes on the beautiful young woman and immediately falls in love. This is the inciting incident. It sets off the plot of the play. Now, the plot of a well-made play is usually driven by secrets, things that the audience knows, but the characters often don't know. So, for example, the audience learns through a letter or through someone else's conversation who this mysterious gentleman is and why he left the town many years before. But the young man doesn't know about this. And the woman doesn't understand the ancient connection between her family and his. And before the secrets are revealed to the main characters, the plot of the play proceeds as a series of sort of up and down moments. For example, the woman first appears not to even notice the young man, and it seems to him like the end of the world. But then he learns that she actually wants to meet him too. So life is wonderful. Then, if he tries to talk with her, maybe her father gets furious for no apparent reason, so they can't see each other. But just as the young man has almost lost all hope, he finds out, well, you get the idea. The reversals of fortune continue, increasing the audience's tension and excitement, making them wonder if everything's going to come out okay or not. Next comes an element known as the obligatory scene. It's a scene, a moment, in which all the secrets are revealed, and generally things turn out well for the hero and others we care about. A happy ending of some sort. This became so popular that a playwright almost had to include it in every play, which is why it's called the obligatory scene. And that's followed by the final dramatic element, the denouement, or the resolution, when all the loose ends have to be tied up in a logical way. Remember, the obligatory scene gives the audience emotional pleasure, but the denouement offers the audience a logical conclusion. That's the subtle distinction we need to try very hard to keep in mind. So, as I said, the well-made play, this form of playwriting, became the basis for realism in drama and for a lot of very popular 19th century plays, and also a pattern we find in the plots of many later plays and even movies that we see today.
Listen to part of a lecture in a class on
Okay. So what about this second listening? Was it easy to, or is it necessary to listen again with the transcript?
No, it's fine. Of course, I think this kind of reading lectures are a little bit more difficult than when they are speaking with somebody. But I think it's fine because it helps me practice. I knew that the listening is like one time and that's it in the
Okay.
TOEFL test.
Yes, that's great. That's great. So it's better if you, with the others, for example, you practice in this way, right? Like trying to guess the answers at the first time. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
So
Okay,
we
so
can
now
do questions.
let's go just to the exercise.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So about number 1. Let's see.
Wow. I'm not 100% sure, but maybe D. Mm, but I'm in between B and D.
And Z. Why maybe Okay, why could it be?
B, I have doubts with this option because the word French. I didn't hear it in the listening, but yes, of course they are talking about the realism development in 19th century. Yeah, no, in 20th century. I'm not sure about that, but maybe because of that, because they say that in the realism, they have the well-made play, which was uh, like like an instrument for constructing plays success, but it can be D because, well, of the examples that the professor was giving to the class, but I think it could be C too because of the successful standard formula for writing plays, because it um it mentions he mentioned like some steps for made this well-made play. So no, I think I'm going to go for C.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, that
Mm-hmm.
was the closest one, and that was the correct one
Mm-hmm.
because she mentioned about the formula, right? About the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
writing plays. Yes, and that was the most complete answer. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. So
Yes.
that's the way, the good way that you are doing it. For
Mm-hmm.
example, trying to analyze one of them, and after that, you comes to the correct one,
Mm-hmm.
right? Perfect.
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
So the next
Two. In this case, D, to ensure that the plot would develop in a logical manner.
one. So letter D. Ensure the plot would develop. Yes, develop in a logical manner, right? Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because he mentioned that. Okay.
Three. Okay. Mm, to explain. In this case, I think is mm, to show how background information might be revealed in a well-made play.
Role may play. Mm, considered or revealed?
Sorry?
Letter B or letter C? Because
Letter B.
letter B,
Mhm.
revealed. Okay, yes, because it couldn't be considered. Perfect, very good. Okay.
Move the plot forward. Mm, mm. Plot driven by secrets. Okay. The first option is C, and I'm almost 10% sure because he said that that there is information known to the audience but not to the main characters. And the other one, uh, mm, maybe the movement of major characters from one setting to another. So C and D.
C and D. C about information. Okay, C it's correct. And D, I'm not sure about D because he mentioned about, for example, he didn't talk about characters from one setting to another, but he talked about the chances of success. So the hero is a parent, chances of success. That is the most closest, A. And you see, it's okay, letter C. Information to the audience, okay? Yes, so those are the correct ones.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
About the obligatory scene. Maybe B. Both are useful techniques for developing realistic characters.
Characters. In this case, he didn't talk about the realistic characters. But we could say that it is about letter A because might be unclear to some people. The difference between them might be unclear. Okay, yes, that's the correct one. Okay. Okay, so.
Okay. In this case, I think it's A, to help students understand the meaning of a new term.
Okay, perfect. Yes, that is the correct one. About of a new term. Okay, excellent, Gabby. So, as I send you, okay, I send you this, and you could practice on yourself. Okay, so that's it. Today we're gonna finish here. I send you to the listenings in a RAR, so you could listen in any time that you have time. Okay, so
Okay.
today we're gonna just finish here. Okay, second, I will send you this.
Okay. Okay.
Gabby. Okay, Gabby. So that's gonna be it. All. So we with this class we finish all this module. Okay. So if you need some other, for example, material, please tell me and I will help you in anything that I can do it. Okay, Gabby?
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
don't don't worry. So I wish you the best for your test. I know that you're gonna do a great test because you're in a good level. So these are only little things that we have to practice, but that's not too much. So I think that you're gonna have the best score for TOEFL. Okay, so the best for you, Gabby, and I hope you be in Seoul. the
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna cry.
no, I'm
Thank you.
sure that you're gonna achieve it. So try to do the best for you, Gabby. My
Mhm.
best wishes and take care a lot. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, yes, it's been a pleasure to meet you too. Thank you for all this time and thank you for your patience.
No worries, Gabby. So
Best wishes for you too. You are an excellent teacher. Thank you.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Gabby. So see you maybe in the next opportunity and some cases. Okay, so always write me if you have something or some, I don't know, something that you need. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye, Gabby. Take care a lot.
Bye bye. Take care a lot too.